Hi, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a state of the market update. Today is February 6th, 2021. Before we get started, this video is for educational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security, and I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. Also, if you enjoy these videos, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, you can find me on Twitter at AlphaCharts365. All right, so let's get to the markets. Always starting off with the SPX. And so, my last week's video said, there was some worries, some concerns, yellow flag, kind of in the market. And we were looking at this right over here. On Monday, I did get defensive as things were below the 23-day. It was kind of flattening out. Um, and I cut my laggards, or what I perceived to be laggards at the time, and I put on a small hedge just in case, and kept my strongest positions. So I was 50%, 50% on the long side, or so. Well, the market quickly reversed, and now we're back to all-time highs. All right, it's hard to say anything bearish about all-time highs, so I think it's a really bullish look to the market. As you can see, everything else, all the moving averages are starting to curl back up again. The 65-day EMA never flinched, so it looks really, really good. I follow the Qs. I think they're even more important than the SPX. And as you can see, the 23-day held. Something again that made me more cautious was this break of the 23-day. This was a change of character on a closing basis. So that again made me a lot more cautious. But then as you can see, things rebounded quickly. And again, the Qs are closing at all-time highs. Nothing bearish about that. You can talk about, the volume issues. But really in the end, these red bars have been bigger than these green bars the entire way up. So you would have missed this whole trend if you were just worried about, it's low volume on high day, on up days and big volume on down days. You would have missed all of this. So I don't worry about that. IWM is the standout, still the leader. As you can see, there's your 23-day. I mean, just screaming higher, closing at all-time highs. Looks amazing. So nothing bearish about that. Let's look at some important sectors. XLF, as you know, makes a pretty good part of the IWM. And look at this chart, man. This is actually an amazing chart. So March 2007, we had hit this area, gigantic pullback, hit it roughly in the same general area right over here, hit it right over here in 2019, hitting it again right here. And as you can see, we had a very small pullback, and now we're back up against it. If financials can move higher from here, it gives me two signals. One, a risk on signal, obviously, because breaking out to all-time highs where it's never seen it before in its life, and it's been rejected on multiple occasions. That's a huge risk on signal, in my opinion. And it may be interest rates are going to be going higher or something like that. So we'll have to see. But that is a huge risk on signal. But also, I'd be looking for growth names within the financial index and community. There's not a ton of them, but maybe some of the new fintech names or something like that. It'd be interesting to watch either way. But so financials back to the scene of the crime, and again, if it breaks out here, gets above 3150-ish, that's a huge signal. Just wondering, what is TNX? I haven't even looked at this. Yeah, so I still think that the 10-year gets to 140 to 145. It's an uptrend. I've been saying that for a while now. I think that there's nothing wrong if it gets above. It gets to 140 to 145, and then it needs to kind of chill out. Now, if it spikes very quickly up or breaks through with almost like a vertical breakthrough right here with a lot of force behind it, that would get me more cautious. if the 10-year does that. But as of right now, this little move, 140, 145, no big deal, right? Um, I think that's still healthy for the stock market. Once we get above it, that may be a little bit different, but we'll see. That we got time for that, I think. And that again may be playing into XLF's move higher. We'll see. SMH. So SMH on the daily, it's kind of flagging here. It's not doing anything wrong. It's not leading right now, obviously. It's not all-time highs. It's not leading, but it's not doing anything wrong. So I think that is absolutely fine. If this starts to roll over, that would be I'd be very cautious, especially the technology and growth names. But as of right now, it looks no problem. Moving on to lumber. Lumber had the pullback. Again, I was getting a little cautious in here as we broke the 23-day EMA, but rebounded beautifully right back to the scene of the crime. And as you can see, breakout here would be very bullish, I think, for the market. And obviously a rollover would not, but right now it looks like it wants to break higher. And again, I use lumber as more as an indicator. I'm not trading lumber. Moving on to, let's move on to bonds. So let's just clean up this chart just a little bit. And one of the things that was making me very cautious was this uptick, pullback, and then it went back up again. Now it was a slightly lower high, but we didn't know on Monday if it was going to keep going higher or not. So that made me more cautious. As you can see, it rolled right back over. So bond yields, bond spreads, credit spreads, as you can see, now made a lower low, which is beautiful. That's what you want to see. You want to see this tightening up. You want to see this, move my mug over here. You want to see this more like this area, right? This is a beautiful trending market. Credit's doing good. Nothing stressed out. Looking good. So we're still continuing to move in that direction. That's good. If you start seeing something like this, that's bad. So right now we're in the good section. Things are rolling over. We're underneath the moving averages. Everything looks good. Move me back. All right. Next up, we're going to look at VIX. So VIX had the big spike, right? That was making me a little nervous, a little cautious. That by itself wasn't enough for me to get bearish, but cautious. As you can see, it came back, gave another smaller spike here, kind of similar to this, kind of similar to this. You can see that, but we didn't know, was it going to be like this, right? Or was it going to be like the other examples? But it rolled right back over. It's now at 24, point, what is it, 20.9. So that looks amazing. In this range right here is a bullish range. Even below that, this would be like uber bullish, right? That's a beautiful trending market. But even this is fine. I mean, things are perfect, growth names are doing good. Again, a little bit of chop out there, but we're still trending lower, and things look good. Looking at the put call, equity only put call ratio. You got a little bit of a spike up, right? Never got overly bearish, right? This would be overly bearish. Staying in a bull range. That's amazing, right? That's what you want to see. So that looks great. We're not overheated. We're not overly bearish. And again, the way I look at this signal is we could be in a bull range for a very long time. This actually overly bearish fear is the greater signal than greed. As you can see, we stay greedy a long time, but this is the fear right here. So that's the signal. This, beautiful. Let's look at value line geometric index. So the value line geometric index, as you can see, we broke out, came back. Again, this was part of my reason for being a little more cautious, right? Was this a false breakout? Well, nope, it wasn't. Breadth is good. It spiked right back up, and I think that is all-time highs. Let me go to weekly. Yep, all-time highs. So that's perfect. That's what, shakeout right here. Boom, screamed higher. Nothing wrong with that. Breadth is good. Everything looks great over there. We were looking at the percent of stocks that were above the 50-day moving average, and it was up here for a while. And as you can see, when it gets up here, it shakes out usually, right? It doesn't stay up there forever. And so we had up here. We've been up here for a while, shook out, and now we're right back up there again. So we don't know what's going to happen in the future, but as of right now, this shakeout was probably needed. Get a few bears, get people a little bit more bearish out there, and then right back up. So overall, I think that when you look at all the different signals, all the different ideas in there, from the VIX and the bond ratios and breadth indicators and sentiment indicators and what the leading sectors are doing, I think overall we are in a very bullish market. The Fed has got our back. I think things are, again, it's hard to be bearish when market is all-time highs. Now, if we're wrong, we'll know about it. If we're in this type of scenario, we're going to know about it pretty quick, right? Things are, moving averages are going to break. You're going to get crazy extended from the moving average. Look how extended this was from the moving average. We're not seeing that. Every time we get a little extended, we pull back to it, and it kind of either holds or right now it's bounced. And so there's nothing to see. If we get this extended, yeah, that's a different story. How extended was this? On a closing basis, yeah, that's 7%. I mean, it was extended, but wasn't crazy where we're at here now. Right now we're at 3%, and every time we get a little extended, that 3 to 4%, we just kind of check back to it. And so things, that's a trending market. There's nothing not to like about this market right now. So I'm back to fully invested. Check us out later. I am doing a live stream with Richard Moglen today. Again, today's February 6th. Later on his YouTube channel about 1:00. So you can see it on Twitter. We're going to post a link. Check us out. We'll be taking some chart requests and things of that nature, talking about what we see in the market. Again, it's a live stream. There will be a recording. He'll post that after we're done, and should be a lot of fun. So that's 1:00 today. If you like these types of videos, please like and subscribe to my channel. And again, Richard's channel is amazing too, so you should probably like and subscribe to his. Appreciate it. Check me out Twitter at AlphaCharts365, and hope you all have a good day and good week, and hope you all make some money out there.